my absolutely beautiful Cancer friends, and welcome to your horoscope for May of 2023. We're Cancer this month. It is a busy, movable month. We have got Mercury coming out of retrograde, so coming direct, and we'll see the entirety of the retrograde cycle end this month as well on the 31st. We have also got an eclipse happening. We've got a new moon in Taurus. Your Taurus sector, your friendship and social sector is lit up to the goodnesses this month. And we've also got Jupiter moving into the energy of Taurus to further expand that energy. So plenty going on. All right, Cancers, let's get in here and see what is happening. So on the 1st of this month, we are going to see Pluto step into its retrograde in the energy of Aquarius, and we will retrograde it back into the energy of Capricorn. So first and foremost, you are watching back, Cancer, between your 8th and your 7th houses. But as this retrograde begins, I would ask you, since March, since Pluto moved into the energy of Aquarius here in your 8th house, the deepest portion of your chart, the part where it is your healing, right? It's the wound and the healing. It's astrology. It's intimacy. It's intimacy and assets. You see into me, right? This is a really vulnerable sector of your chart. So what has been changing for you, or what's come to your attention where there's a power struggle, there's a deep wound, there's deep healing, there have been things going on with your reproductive systems or conversations about sexuality or, again, astrology. What's come up for you here? Because now as Pluto is taking this retrograde, you have an opportunity to gain different insight, right? You've seen a little portion of it, and you'll really work more on this in 2024. So now, with what you've been shown, especially around yourself, relationships, anything that needs to detox, I don't care if it's your body from food, metals, social media, drinking, drugs. If there is a detox present in your life, this is a time to be getting that help and to doing that research and that insight to find out how to leave the power struggle and instead harness the power to take you to the next level. It's an absolutely significant and quiet transit, but it is also going to change the outside world around us, okay? When we get to the 5th, we've got this lunar eclipse happening at 14 degrees of Scorpio. Now, this is going to light up your 5th house space. I have to say, first of all, this eclipse is still the full moon. So it's going to ask you to end something, acknowledge something, or make an adjustment. Okay? Whatever's going on, it's been on your heart for a while. What you're adjusting here, Scorpio, it has been on your heart for a while. And now it's like coming up again, and it's asking you to make an adjustment in this area. Now, 5th house is children, conception, the beginning of new things, right? Because you can conceive children, you can conceive a new idea, a new business, a hobby, passion, play, joy. Cancer, where do you need to understand your own revelation around emotional joy and emotional play? What makes you laugh today? What makes you giddy, right? Like, what are you passionate about, but how do you passionately laugh and enjoy life? This is a great question, and it's an important one as we are at this eclipse. Now, you're going to watch this play out over the next 6 months, okay? Now, one more thing to think about, though, is what is changing around children in your life, because this is also illuminating this conversation. Are some of you gonna have babies? Find out, I always thought I couldn't have babies or thought I didn't want to have babies, and boom, here's a child getting ready to come into my life. Is this, you're ready to give that proclamation of love and romance to someone? Whatever it is, I would be watching those areas pretty seriously, okay? On the 7th, we see Venus move into Cancer, so into your sign. When Venus comes to the 1st house, comes to your sign, there is something just magnetic and wonderful and beautiful and delicious about even how you're showing up. So if you're out in public just buying your bananas and people are staring at you, or they're, just know you've got a little shink-da-dink going on, and roll with it. Roll with it. Great power comes great responsibility, so don't let anybody crash their car in traffic with your magnetism or anything like that. But as we get all the way until we get into June, you'll have Venus working in this area. So other things that happen is maybe you want to change up your look. This is the time, cut that hair, adjust your makeup or your clothing style, love on your body, Take really good care of your body, whether it's a self in-home massage with your favorite lotions, you're having the snacks and the food that you love that makes you comfortable, or you're eating that one meal that your loved one, right? Like your beloved, oh, I know they love this, and when I eat this, it reminds me of them. It can very much so be in this area, but there's a lot of self-care and comfort that goes into this energy. Now, on a more practical level out in the world, truly, you are magnetic. So what you need, Cancer, call it to you. Call it to you. That Venus vibration is very much so listening, okay? On the 14th, we've got Jupiter moving into the energy of Taurus. Now, you just need to back up. Go back 12 years ago because Jupiter was here before. So 12 years ago, what was going on in your life? Think 11th house, okay? So social groupings, organizations, causes, the ambitions and aspirations that you had for yourself, who you were associated with, connected with. You know, was there a prominent Taurus in your life 12 years ago, and what was happening in that dynamic? As Jupiter is here, it is going to expand this area. So if you've been thinking, Cancer, I want to network more, I want to have a different social media presence, I need to study technology, you know, I want to be aligned with this organization or this social cause or my friends over here, Jupiter is going to expand this area. Now, we treat Jupiter sometimes like the Santa Claus, like it's all going to bring good things. Well, Jupiter wants you to have the experience, right? But sometimes in order to have the experience, we got to go through some stuff that's uncomfortable. So what I'll tell you to be considering here is that instead of just bringing gifts and dropping them in your beautiful Cancerian claws, Jupiter will match what is here and then send a teacher to help you go to the next level, right? So if you feel like, you know, in your friendship zone, okay, let's just say in your friendship zone, you feel like you've been struggling. Should I let go of this friendship? Should I not let go of this friendship? You know, what's going on here? Jupiter, as it comes in here on the 16th, is going to expand this. So it like puts it under this really big magnifying glass to show you, to illuminate to you what's here. It can also make it like, I'm not willing to take a risk with my life to have this friendship, right? It is still Taurus energy. I want to expand out, but I want to expand out with the best resources. So it'll expand it and then bring a teacher to you to show you how to have this be the very best, the most wise that it can be in your life. Now, keep in mind, while this is happening, Mercury has also come direct in the energy of Taurus, okay? So we've got information that has likely been in your sphere, or it started to become, you were paying a bit more attention to it, Cancer, starting April 7th. Okay, April 7th, Mercury was in pre-retrograde shadow time, went retrograde on the 21st, coming direct on the 14th. Then as we're traveling to the end of this month on May 31st, we'll see kind of a culmination of all of these things that need you to be a bit more decisive in your 11th house area. So don't be surprised if you don't have some big decisions to make around friendships in your life, okay? On the 17th, I think it's a really important day for all of us to just take note. Jupiter is going to come into a square with Pluto that is now retrograde in the energy of Aquarius. And this is such a big deal here because it's like it shuts the door. It shuts the door on whatever your primary 11th house issue is, whether it is a behavior, an action, an attitude, something that has been very much so out of whack, old belief systems. Right? Think about this, Taurus. What is the one thing that you know life has been calling to you, especially since March, to work out? Because it's an outdated belief or behavior system. It's outdated, so it can't come forward. So as Jupiter and Pluto square one another, you know and you understand, I think, at a deep level that I'm in a whole new world, that my world, my country, my planet is in a completely different place. And I have to shift forward. I have to actually handle these things, and I have to shift forward in a major way because back there doesn't exist anymore. So it's a really big time for all of us, okay? All right, as we get to the 19th, we've got a new moon happening at 28 degrees of Taurus, so plant your seeds of intention. Again, in this 11th house space, you have been working on it. This area has been cued for you, but what do you want? What do you want, right? Under this particular new moon, what do you want here that is sustainable? It's long lasting. It is beautiful. It is a reservoir of resource for you around your friendships, around organizations, groupings, Cancer. You've got to have a group around you that supports the direction that you really want to go. And you will know that they are a good group because they will act very Taurus, right? They will either be really indulgent with you and you feel like you're getting way off track, or they will call your BS and make you change, right? Pull you out of a fixed behavior, which when you adjust leads you to a better fixed behavior. So this is going to be really interesting. Let me know in the comment sections down below, Cancer, what is this? As I'm saying this, what's coming up for you that you're like, Stormie, this is it. This is the thing I've got to change, or this is the thing that I get to expand, right? I'm really empowered in this area. I've really been working on this and I can see it. I can see this next group coming to take me forward, or the technology, or whatever it is in this 11th house. As we're going to close out this month, we've got two significant things happening. First of all, on the 20th, Mars is going to move into the energy of Leo. So out of your sign, you might be able to rest a little bit more now. But we're going to see Mars move into the energy of Leo. So it's going to start busying up and bringing action and movement and motivation and spending to your money house, to your money sector, okay? So this could find a time, it could be a time you find out you're like, okay, Mars is in my financial space. I'm spending more money. In some way. Could you be spending more money on children? Leo is a very playful, childlike energy. Are you spending it on romance? Are you taking a risk with your money at this time? Whatever it is, all the way until July, Mars is going to stimulate this financial sector. Now, it can also just be Mars. When Mars needs to have a conflict will be had, and it's in Leo. Maybe you're expressing yourself, you're like, no, I don't want to spend money on that. Or you could be negotiating, I don't think that it is worth that amount of money. But whatever it is, Mars brings change of direction and movement to your financial sector, okay? At the last end of the month, on the 21st, we see the sun moving into the energy of Gemini, bringing light, heat, life, and vitality, lighting up your 12th house space. It's right coming before birthday time for you. So it is the time in terms of your motivation when we get to the end of the month to start to adjust and wiggle a little bit. Because it means in the 12th house space, first of all, anything that you're working on behind the scenes or needs to be brought to completion or needs to transition to what it needs to be next can be handled. You'll have more energy at the end of the month to handle those things, have those conversations, reach out to someone from the past, these kinds of things. You can bring those to culmination. Do that deep research. My students, are you researching things? My researchers, are you researching things? This is a great time where that energy will start to come there. But it is also the time of year, which happens every year, Cancer, for you to start to think about, what do I need to rest? What do I need to rest, to bring to rest, to rejuvenate myself? Is it time for a little mini online retreat to just let my spirit and my creativity become restored? Where have I been really skeptical about things this year, and I find out that it's not serving me, or I need to do more research on it? Whatever it is, know that this is the same time every year where it's time to start winding down just a little bit, looking at things behind the scenes, but ultimately getting prepared to rest and rejuvenate, which you'll have the opportunity to do in that first part of June as well. All right, my absolutely beautiful Cancerian friends, I hope you are doing absolutely fantastic. Please let me know what is shaping up for you. What are your themes popping up in the comment section down below? Bye, friends.